Good morning, everybody. My name is Hunik. I'm the CEO of ATRO Medical, and we are the meniscus prosthesis company, and we try to solve chronic knee pain. Just to introduce a little bit on why the meniscus is so important and what happens when you lose your meniscus function. The meniscus is really your shock absorber in your knee and helps to also to distribute the mechanical forces over the knee, but also guide you with flexion and extension of your knee. And everybody is familiar with sports trauma. When you are on the sports field and you hurt your knee, in many cases you have a ligament injury, but also a meniscus injury, as you can see on the bottom. And what happens then is that meniscus tissue is being removed, and your shock absorber function of that meniscus disappeared, and you get localized high mechanical forces on the cartilage in your knee. And it leads to accelerated wear of your knee joint. And this is how it looks like if you see an X-ray. On the right side, you see a healthy knee, and on the left side, you see the healthy knee. On the right side, you see a knee where the meniscus function is basically minimized, and you see what we call joint space narrowing. This patient will probably are in pain or soon be having chronic knee pain. And chronic knee pain is really a debilitating disease for a lot of people. Suppose you are a teacher or a policeman, or you are standing in front of a classroom, or even military service people. For them, this is really a life-threatening event. So how does that look like if you look at the time frame on how this disease develops? Trauma and knee loss is something really associated with sports when you're relatively young. Meniscus material can easily be removed with the arthroscopic procedure, and you can go back to your normal life again. In principle, cartilage and meniscus doesn't contain any nerve pain, so you don't feel pain. Bone has a lot of nerve pain, so as soon as the disease progresses, that pain starts to appear. And then we get a period where people are developing that pain, and they will have lengthy discussions with their orthopedic surgeon because there is not really a solution for it. What they do is pain medication, physical supplementation, anti-inflammatory injections, braces, whatever, but it doesn't work finally. So it's wait and see until you come to joint replacement, which is not something that you would like to see before you're 65. So this period can take quite a long period of time. Now our solution comes in place here. We have made a Trammpolin meniscus prosthesis. It has an anatomical shape, so it really mimics what the meniscus looks like. It's a polymer, it's a permanent polymer. So we don't think a scaffold will work in this case. We make a full polymer meniscus, highly durable, minimal invasive surgery to apply it, and that restores the function. Indications are if you have persistent pain, a history of meniscus damage, failed conservative treatment, ligaments intact and neutral alignment of your knee, and limited cartilage damage, you can be eligible for this procedure. This is how it looks like. And this is what we try to achieve. We want to reduce, of course, that time that you are in pain, but also push out the total knee replacement to an age where you're 65 and 70, and it's probably life-lasting as a device. So this is our mission: improve the daily life of those patients, provide them with a real meniscus prosthesis that works, do that via minimal invasive surgery. It's also easy to learn, by the way, for orthopedic surgeons. We have experience with that. Reduce the chronic knee pain, restore their day-to-day mobility. We don't think they can go into active sports yet, and save that native knee joint. It's really a large market opportunity. I mean, there's no comparable device that can do this at this stage available in the US. But if you look at it, I mean, there are 2 million people who receive an arthroscopic procedure each year in the EU and US, and 50% of that procedures, meniscus material is being removed. That's a huge group of people. And out of literature, we think that 40% of those group is being eligible for our Trammpolin meniscus prosthesis. which makes this, if you think about a reasonable market price of a $1 billion euro opportunity. A little bit about the competitive environment, because if it's not there, you can imagine that people are working on it. The two in the middle are very experimental, university spin-outs. You can see Active Implants, our new surface, with a new surface device. They have taken a different direction. They are not anatomical shaped, and they also are not fixed on the tibia plateau. They are in clinical studies just like we are. They had CE mark in Europe in 2008, but not a lot of market traction. And they have done a large US study and are waiting the verdict of the FDA on their final device. But we think with the anatomical shape and the fixation that we are much better positioned to help those patients. Now, where are we based? We are based in the Netherlands and started in 2017. We did our first in-man study in 2019 with a lot of interesting learnings, which we implemented in our revised design. We are ISO certified. We have the FDA breakthrough designation. We're a MedTech Innovator finalist, and we obtained a large EU grant for the development of this product. So what is our plans and where do we want to go? It's now 2022. In 3 weeks from now, we will start our second clinical study and have the first patients in the OR in the beginning of April. It takes about 6 to 12 months before we can really see where the study is going and if those patients are really performing well. And we want to use that time to prepare for the follow-up studies and accelerate our program by collecting a larger Series B investment to start a study in Europe and start a study in the US and aim for a CE mark in Europe as soon as possible. The FDA and in the US, and the novo classification will take longer. We think 2027 is realistic. I'll skip this one. This is the takeaways. So what we try to do is really solve a large unmet need. With a simple procedure and a proven biomaterial, by making it as anatomical as possible, we also, and fix it where the native meniscus is fixed, it's also very recognizable by orthopedic surgeons, and we really give them a solution for their patients. The IP portfolio is, we own that. And in the COVID period, what we tried to do is implement all the learnings of our first in-man study in our improved design. We obtained our FDA breakthrough designation, and we spent a lot of time on preparing ourselves for the follow-up studies in the EU and the US. So what are we looking for? We're looking for 12 million investment and this year or the beginning of 2023. And we think we can obtain commercialization in the EU as of 2025. This is our team. We are way over the 125 years of medical device development under our belt, and we have a very experienced supervisory board. It's a very European way of organizing ourselves. Supervisory board are people with commercial and also medical device experience. And I want to thank you for your attention and the opportunity to present at this conference. Thank you very much.